Hi Zarpado people! Want to learn an hour of fun facts? Please subscribe, we're already starting. The Lariang tarsier, or Tarsius lariang, was recognized as a new species in 2010. This tiny nocturnal primate from Indonesia is distinguished by its high-pitched call and enormous eyes, proving that there are still mammals yet to be classified in the forests of Sulawesi. The Burmese snub-nosed monkey was discovered in 2010 in Myanmar. Curiously, it is known locally as the headless monkey because its upturned nose makes it sneeze when it rains. In the world of gymnastics, there is an essential figure who often goes unnoticed: the spotter. This assistant is always by the athlete's side during training and performances, attentive to every jump, twist, and aerial maneuver. Their main mission is to prevent accidents, providing physical support if something goes wrong. Just like a controlled fire that transforms into something beautiful, the Wood Art Vietnam channel transforms simple blocks of wood into pieces of functional art. Using traditional tools and impressive skill, its creators carve, burn, polish, and assemble with pinpoint precision, proving that craftsmanship can still amaze in the digital age. Amidst such natural creativity, the stoat stands out for its ability to blend in with the seasons. During the winter, its fur turns snowy white, and in the summer it changes to an earthy brown to camouflage itself among leaves and roots. This elegant hunter, agile and silent, masterfully adapts to its environment to stalk unseen. On land, stunt riding becomes a spectacle of precision and courage. This type of extreme acrobatics, whether on motorcycles or bicycles, involves wheelies, skids, jumps, and dizzying maneuvers. Riders train for years to control every movement, defying gravity with balance and total mastery of the vehicle. Not far from there, a fat bike equipped with Formula One-inspired tires breaks all boundaries. Thanks to its robust design and superior traction, it can traverse snow, mud, sand, or asphalt without a problem. It's a bike that blends sporty engineering with an adventurous spirit. In the countryside, cows can now also be allies in sustainable energy, with special backpacks that capture the methane they generate. This gas can be stored and converted into a useful source of energy for cooking or heating. Thus, an environmental problem becomes an energy opportunity. But if you want something more exotic, Asia is home to the giant hedgehog cricket, a spiny insect that looks like something out of a science fiction movie. This peculiar creature blends perfectly into its surroundings, camouflaging itself among branches and dry leaves to go unnoticed by predators and onlookers alike. Among so many fascinating insects, red fruits also have their superpowers. Lycopene, an antioxidant found in tomatoes, watermelons, and red peppers, acts as a protective shield for our cells, fighting oxidative damage and helping to prevent disease with every bite. To move enormous loads in remote areas, there are road trains, true titans of the asphalt. These trucks, with several chained trailers, travel hundreds of miles, pulling tens of short tons without stopping, braving heat, wind, and slopes with powerful engines and experienced pilots. Above the clouds, Skydeck offers a futuristic flight experience. This transparent capsule, installed high atop some airplanes, allows passengers to see the boundless sky with breathtaking panoramic views that completely change the way we travel. Meanwhile, in Russia, artist Alexei Sergeyenko built a provocative work, a throne made from royal banknotes. This piece, as striking as it is critical, brings to the table a powerful reflection on the role of money in our societies and the way it defines hierarchies and decisions. Creator Totalanton surprises by making skateboards from unusual materials such as glass, stone, or even recycled elements. Each board is a blend of creativity, design, and rebellion, challenging the established order and proving that innovation can also run on wheels. And from India comes Carom, a traditional game that blends the precision of billiards with the simplicity of shuffleboard. On a wooden board, players pocket chips using only their fingers with technique, strategy, and sharp reflexes. It's a classic at family gatherings and also has international tournaments. A group of athletes play soccer while parachuting, with the ball in the air and adrenaline pumping before opening their parachutes. A physical challenge that combines height, precision, and absolute vertigo. Continuing with impressive skills, the dogs observe and imitate their owners. They copy gestures, routines, and even emotional behaviors. This is yet another example of how much they understand and adapt to human life. This same connection between humans and their surroundings is seen in sandboarding, like snowboarding, but on dunes. It's practiced in the deserts of Peru and Dubai, and each descent is a battle between speed and hot sand. Just as original is the art of an Italian who strikes aluminum trays against human faces to create relief portraits. The impact not only creates shape, it also surprises the audience with each strike. Nostalgia creeps in with an Easter classic in Mexico and beyond, a bunny-shaped candy. Its creamy texture and flavor make it an edible symbol of childhood. Just as incredible is the case of a woman who reduced her waist to just about 13 inches after wearing corsets for decades. Her figure is a topic of debate between extreme aesthetics and questionable health. Continuing with unusual solutions, Otoset is a device that cleans ears with warm water and gentle suction. Medical technology in action for those seeking relief without cotton swabs. And speaking of relief, quesadillas are a tortilla-shaped bomb with cheese and mushrooms or squash blossoms. They are eaten at any time and represent the essence of Mexican food. In the event of extreme fires, the HNE Vario 13 fire extinguisher launches foam with power thanks to its carbon structure. Lightweight yet effective, it's ideal when every second counts. On another level of luxury, the rock candy ring hides a diamond inside a block of edible sugar. Only 300 were made, and you must lick it until the jewel appears. Literally a sweet surprise. From the ephemeral, we move on to the monumental with the Golden Bridge in Vietnam, held up by two giant stone hands. It spans hills and looks like something out of a mythological fantasy. In the world of sumo, the tegata is a handprint signed by the wrestler. It is printed in black ink on special paper, a blend of art, respect, and Japanese tradition. And speaking of feats, Aaron Fotheringham performed a double backflip in a wheelchair. He designed his own chair, trained like an extreme athlete, and turned every fall into victory. Where there are bears, there are solutions. In rural areas of Japan, robotic wolves with sensors, glowing eyes, and mechanical growls are being used. They scare away the animals and protect crops like an animatronic patrol. Vince Refit and Fred Fugan were not far behind, soaring through the skies above Tiananmen Square in China in propelled suits. They flew between cliffs like futuristic birds. And for movement on land, Matt Denton created a six-legged robot with a hydraulic system. It measures almost 10 feet and is ready to tackle impossible terrain that humans can barely see. Not all experiments are consensual. Albert Einstein's brain was removed without permission after his death. It was divided into parts and sent to laboratories, sparking ethical debates that continue to this day. In Portugal, the Aruca Bridge hangs over a deep canyon for about 1,693 feet, connecting cliffs with metal gratings beneath its feet. Each step feels like a suspended flight over rivers and mountains, where vertigo merges with unforgettable landscapes. From the heights to edible art, injected artistic gelatin turns flowers, butterflies, and feathers into three-dimensional desserts. Special syringes inject color and flavor into the transparent gelatin, creating works as beautiful as they are delicious. Nature also creates wonders. In the Mutnovsky volcano, Russia, lies an ice cave with walls that shimmer in shades of blue, violet, and gold. A mixture of lava and glacial water forms a crystal tunnel that changes shape over time. From ice, we move on to surprising architecture. In Yanggu, China, a pyramid-shaped building is reminiscent of Lego blocks. Step structures allow for green terraces, natural light, and a shape that is not only impressive but also functional and stable. When it comes to bold design, the Kingsong S22 dazzles with its sporty aerodynamic silhouette. This electric unicycle blends speed, comfort, and futuristic style, ideal for moving around the city with class. But for dangerous moments, a pocket-sized taser delivers a shock that shuts down muscles and brains for a few seconds. While it doesn't cause permanent damage, it immobilizes enough for escape, accompanied by lights and an alarm. In small spaces, convertible furniture is the perfect solution. A bed that becomes a sofa, a table that becomes a shelf. Design and functionality come together to take advantage of every inch without losing style or comfort. Nature isn't far behind either. Some sea snails look like jewels, but are lethal. They use a poisonous harpoon to hunt, injecting toxins that paralyze their prey in seconds. Just as there are surprises under the sea, Amsterdam's canals hide thousands of bicycles at the bottom. Accidents, pranks, or carelessness end up turning them into rusty sculptures, unearthed each year as sunken urban treasures. Cats not only use their sight and smell to explore, but they also create mental maps of their surroundings. They use sounds, scents, and landmarks to remember their homes and owners. When they get lost, familiar sounds and routes help them find their way back, strengthening their connection with humans. From Chicago comes Oscar Jakian, an artist who transforms ceramics into fantastical characters. His work combines ancient techniques with modern themes, creating monsters and figures that seem straight out of legends. On the other hand, Volkswagen has designed an intelligent system that detects driver fatigue before an accident. It analyzes micro-movements of the steering wheel and driving precision to issue audible and visual alerts. In some models, the technology adjusts lighting and sound to increase alertness, acting as a virtual co-pilot. In the ocean, barnacles are small crustaceans that attach themselves to whales or turtles thanks to a sticky substance. This transport gives them constant access to food areas without expending energy, in a relationship where the host is not harmed. Gaspar Libudinsky, an American artist, turns common objects into striking visual art. From a banana peel to a paperclip, he transforms everyday objects into sculptures and photographs full of humor and creativity. In terms of safety, foam firefighting systems are designed to extinguish fires involving flammable liquids. They cover the fuel with a barrier that prevents contact with oxygen, effectively stopping combustion. Cheerleading tournaments combine gymnastics, dance, and acrobatics to create energetic and precise performances. Human pyramids and pitches require practice and confidence, as a mistake can be dangerous. Cheerleading requires endurance, strength, and coordination. Beyond cheerleading for a team, for those who prefer the water, snorkeling is a simple activity that allows you to explore marine life with a mask, snorkel, and fins. Ideal for beginners, it offers a relaxing view of corals, fish, and marine plants on beaches, lagoons, and calm rivers. In Minnesota, United States, about 121 feet underwater, a lifelike statue of Jason Voorhees lurks in wait for divers. With his iconic hockey mask, this horror movie character has become a macabre joke and an attraction for the brave. Among the dinosaurs, the Triceratops stands out for its 3 horns and its bony ruff, which protected it from predators. This colossus, measuring up to about 30 feet and weighing more than 13 short tons, lived in herds and used its horns for confrontations or warnings. In fighting forest fires, helicopters set controlled fires to create natural fire breaks. These small fires consume vegetation before the larger blaze reaches, strategically halting its advance. In space, tears don't run down the face, but form droplets that float around the astronaut. This peculiarity occurs due to microgravity and can cause discomfort by blurring vision or generating discomfort. On the other hand, Birds perched on power lines don't get electrocuted because their feet touch the same wire. Without a potential difference, electricity doesn't flow through them. But if they touch two different wires, they would receive a shock. Near the pyramids of Teotihuacan, Mexico, La Gruta is a restaurant inside a natural cave dating back to 1906. This place offers traditional Mexican food in a unique setting, where flavor and history blend with the spectacular atmosphere. In Saudi Arabia, Maraya is a concert hall covered by more than 1,040,000 square feet of mirrors that reflect the surrounding desert. The building appears almost invisible, like a mirage, artfully blending modern architecture and the arid landscape. The Icon of the Seas is the world's largest cruise ship, measuring over 1,180 feet and accommodating 7,000 passengers. It offers water parks, restaurants, theaters, and even an ice rink, making traveling like a floating city full of surprises. In Oaxaca, Mexico, Guelaguetza celebrates the cultural richness of 8 regions with dance, music, and traditional costumes. This indigenous festival symbolizes cooperation and pride, attracting visitors who enjoy a living tradition in a natural setting. In Planet of the Apes, real actors wear motion capture suits to bring the apes to life. The technology and acting combine to create realistic characters, and watching the scenes without effects is both surprising and fun. Thomas Medicus creates anamorphic glass sculptures that reveal hidden images depending on the viewing angle. His precision-crafted and hand-painted pieces invite reflection on perspective in life and art. Atlas, the Boston Dynamics robot, surpasses humans in strength and agility, running and lifting objects with ease. With sensors that allow it to learn and improve, it is getting closer to living alongside us in complex tasks. Pillow fights have become a professional sport with rules, referees, and an audience. Competitors combine strategy and endurance, proving that fun can also be serious competition. At 99 years old, Betty Brussel shocks the world by breaking 3 world swimming records in a single day. This Canadian, a competitor in the category who is almost a centenarian, sets new records in 3 different events with unstoppable energy. Her secret: staying active, eating well, and never losing her smile. In the depths of the sea, the cuttlefish shines as an expert in camouflage. This mollusk from the Indian and Pacific Oceans changes color, texture, and pattern in fractions of a second to blend in with its surroundings. It not only protects itself but also attracts mates thanks to millions of cells called chromatophores. Innovation reaches your feet with Nike sneakers equipped with artificial intelligence. These models automatically adjust the laces and analyze your gait to offer maximum comfort. Peggy, a pug mix rescued from a shelter, conquered Hollywood playing dog pool in the films Deadpool and Wolverine. Her adorable face and protruding tongue, along with her attitude, won over the film crew and audiences. Her image in a red suit went viral, proving she has nothing but personality. Bagger 293, the world's largest excavator, looks like a rolling city at about 315 feet tall and weighing about 15400 short tons. Built in Germany, it works in open-pit mines with 18 giant rotating buckets that excavate tons of earth daily. Disney is advancing interaction with robots that look into your eyes. This prototype not only moves, but also follows your gaze and blinks naturally, using artificial intelligence to read emotions. Designed for theme parks and future experiences, it offers more realistic encounters with almost human-like machines. The Iberian lynx, one of the most endangered cats on the planet, is no longer in danger thanks to captive breeding programs and habitat protection. Its main food, the rabbit, has helped its population grow from 94 individuals in 2002 to more than 130 inches the wild. Today it lives in Spain and Portugal under strict conservation measures. The Human Genome Project was completed in its final draft in 2003. This biological milestone allowed the mapping and sequencing of all 3 billion base pairs of human DNA, revolutionizing medicine and genetics. The drug Herceptin, or trastuzumab, became standard for HER2-positive breast cancer after 2000. This drug marked an era of targeted therapies, specifically attacking cancer cells with less damage to healthy tissue. In 2007, the WHO declared polio eradication in the Americas. This public health achievement built on decades of mass vaccination campaigns, demonstrating the effectiveness of globally coordinated efforts. The FDA approved the first use of deep brain stimulation to treat morbid obesity in 2009. Although controversial, the method demonstrated that neuroscience could be a viable tool for treating complex metabolic disorders. Knowledge about HIV was transformed by the introduction of antiretroviral treatments in the 2000s. These drugs became more effective and had fewer side effects, allowing AIDS to transform from a death sentence to a manageable chronic condition. Shinya Yamanaka's discovery of induced pluripotent stem cells in 2006 was a milestone. These cells allow stem cells to be created from adult cells, avoiding the ethical controversy surrounding the use of embryos in research. The Affordable Care Act began its development in 2009. Although it was signed into law in 2010, the legislation sought to expand health coverage to millions of uninsured citizens in the United States. The use of Da Vinci robotic surgery skyrocketed in the 2000s. This technology allowed surgeons to perform complex procedures with minimal invasion, resulting in less pain and faster recovery. Neural interface brain implants are reaching greater sophistication by 2025. BCIs are being used to help paralyzed patients control smartphones and prosthetics with just their thoughts, opening a new era in rehabilitation. Artificial intelligence in education will be personalized with tutorbots by 2025. These AI systems analyze each student's learning style to offer unique, tailored learning materials and exercises. Glasses-free 3D holograms are a viable technology by 2025. The displays use advanced light fields to project three-dimensional objects that can be viewed from any angle without accessories. 6G communication networks are in their advanced testing stages by 2025. This technology promises data transfer speeds 100 times faster than 5G, enabling seamless interaction between autonomous vehicles and urban infrastructure. Nuclear fusion power generation is taking crucial steps toward commercial viability. Although not yet massive, advances in magnetic confinement by 2025 suggest that clean, unlimited energy may be just a decade away. DNA data storage is moving from the concept phase to the practical prototype stage. A single gram of DNA can store exabytes of digital data, making this technology the future of massive, long-lasting archives. Nanotechnology is being applied in the development of personal pollution sensors. Watch-sized devices can measure air quality and toxin exposure in real time, providing individualized health data. The Ouija board challenge went viral in U.S. schools around 2013 and 2014. Although the game is old, its popularity on YouTube led to reports of possessions and panic among teenagers, a social phenomenon. The 2011 viral video of El Duende de Salta from Argentina sparked a national debate. The clip, purportedly filmed by Alberto Sanchez, showed a small, running figure, fueling the legend of the Pombero. The urban legend of Slender Man reached its peak around 2014. This fictional character, created in a 2009 Photoshop contest, became infamous after an attempted murder committed by two teenagers in Wisconsin. The alleged sighting of real mermaids in Israel in 2013 went global. The coastal city of Kiryat Yam offered a $1 million reward for irrefutable proof of the creature, although no evidence was ever found. The Amityville haunted house case returned to the headlines in 2012. The current owner claimed to have captured a ghost on video in the basement, reviving the famous and controversial Lotz family story. The zombie invasion rumor spread online in 2012. This stemmed from an incident in Miami where a man attacked and ate another man's face, prompting the Centers for Disease Control to issue a hoax statement. The crop circle phenomenon continued to generate headlines annually. Although most have been proven to be human artistic frauds, the 2014 designs in Wiltshire, England, were particularly complex and media-intensive. The mystery of the Bloody Mary challenge became popular on video apps in 2015. The challenge of repeating a name in front of a mirror in the dark became famous for the supposedly strange events documented by participants. The 2011 Jerusalem sighting went viral in multiple videos. Various clips showed a glowing object hovering above the Dome of the Rock before rapidly ascending, an event that never had a conclusive official explanation. The mystery of the Montauk Monster remained active after its original 2008 photos. Between 2010 and 2015, supposedly deformed bodies continued to appear on the shores of Long Island, fueling the theory of a mutation caused by government experiments. The massive UFO sighting in Santiago, Chile, in 2010 was investigated by the DGAC. Multiple witnesses, including pilots, reported unidentified objects flying over the airport, although the final report failed to identify them. A video of the alleged chupacabra capture in Texas in 2011 became a trending topic. The animal, a canine with advanced mange, was captured by a farmer but was later labeled as proof of the legendary creature's existence. The debate over the Mayan calendar and the end of the world reached its peak in 2012. The misinterpretation of the end of a Baktun cycle led to a global panic about an imminent apocalypse on December 21. The film Paranormal Activity boosted the use of security cameras for ghost hunting in 2010. The found footage genre became ubiquitous on YouTube, with thousands of home videos documenting alleged poltergeist events. The myth of Atlantis resurfaced in 2011 after Google Earth images. A grid of perfect lines was detected on the ocean floor near the Canary Islands, which was interpreted as evidence of the sunken city, although the grid was a survey error. The 2013 documentary, The Ghost Inside My Child, popularized the theory of child reincarnation. The program featured children who supposedly remembered past lives with verifiable detail, sparking a heated debate about cellular memory and consciousness. The case of the allegedly possessed Dybbuk box was the focus of a 2012 documentary. The object, a Jewish wine box believed to be inhabited by an evil spirit, became infamous for the supposed disasters and illnesses it caused its owners. Denmark's Stig Severinsen, also known as Aquaman, set the Guinness World Record in 2012. He managed to voluntarily hold his breath underwater for 22 minutes and 0 seconds, demonstrating extraordinary physical tolerance to carbon dioxide. American Dean Karnazes ran 50 marathons in 50 consecutive days across 50 different states in 2006. This feat of ultra-endurance challenged the limits of the human body and is considered a milestone in the history of long-distance running. Dutchman Wim Hof, also known as the Iceman, set the Guinness World Record for the longest ice dive in 2011. He remained submerged in ice for 1 hour, 52 minutes, and 42 seconds, demonstrating unusual control of his autonomic nervous system. Ashrita Furman, the Guinness World Record holder, achieved a key feat in 2009. He completed the fastest mile jumping with a sack in a time of 7 minutes and 47 seconds, one of the many eccentric records he achieved between 1995 and 2020. The Guinness World Record for weightlifting with a beard was set by Antanas Kontramas in 2013. The Lithuanian lifted about 139 pounds using only his facial hair to demonstrate surprising strength. The longest barefoot firewalk was achieved by Anthony Kelly in 2016. The Australian walked about 558 feet over burning embers without injury under the watchful eye of Guinness officials. Patty Doyle achieved the Guinness World Record for the most push-ups in 1 hour in 2007. The Briton completed 1,940 push-ups with perfect form, a testament to pure muscular strength and localized endurance. Igor Vovkovinsky from Ukraine was recognized in 2010 as the tallest living man in the U.S. His height was measured at about 7 feet 8 inches, a fact verified by doctors in Guinness, reflecting a genetic condition of gigantism. The longest distance traveled in 1 hour on a unicycle was about 18.1 miles in 2007. This record was set by Sam Wakeling in Aberystwyth, Wales, demonstrating exceptional balance and coordination at high speed. Ben Pridmore of the United Kingdom set a record for memorizing playing cards in 2007. He memorized the order of a shuffled deck in just 24.68 seconds, using complex memory palace techniques. Frenchman Alexis Lemaire set the Guinness World Record for the 13th root of a 200-digit number in 2007. He performed the calculation mentally in 70.2 seconds, an achievement that positioned him as an elite human calculator. Austrian Johannes Fischbacher was verified for his ability to remember names and dates in 2012. He managed to memorize and associate 30 names with 30 birthdays in just 54.4 seconds, a milestone in associative memory. American adventurer Steve Fawcett became the first man to circumnavigate the globe solo, non-stop, in a hot air balloon in 2002. The journey lasted 13 days and 8 hours, marking a key achievement in modern aerial navigation. Frenchman Alain Robert, also known as Spider-Man, climbed skyscrapers without a harness between 1995 and 2020. In 2011, he scaled the Burj Khalifa, the world's tallest building in Dubai, a dangerous feat that tested his grip strength and mental mettle. Kilian Jornet of Spain set a record time for climbing and descending Mount Everest in 2017. He did it without using fixed ropes or supplemental oxygen in less than 26 hours, a feat that redefined the limits of speed mountaineering. The record for the longest distance traveled by an amphibious vehicle at sea was set in 2012. The Sea Lion vehicle traveled from the Arctic to Antarctica, a test of endurance and extreme engineering design. American Eric Weihenmayer became the first blind mountaineer to climb Everest in 2001. This feat proved that determination and adaptive technology can overcome what many considered an insurmountable barrier. Canadian Kirk Jones survived a fall over Niagara Falls in 2003. Although it is considered a feat of luck rather than skill, he is one of the few people who fell without any protection and lived to tell the tale. Mexican director Alfonso Cuarón won the Oscar for Best Director for 2013's Gravity and 2018's Roma. His film Roma was the first Netflix production to be nominated for Best Picture, marking a shift in the legitimization of streaming platforms in Hollywood. The Barbenheimer phenomenon occurred in 2023 with the simultaneous releases of Barbie and Oppenheimer. This combination of opposing genres generated an unusual summer box office success, boosting ticket sales to global levels. Actress Meryl Streep received her 21st Oscar nomination this period for 2017's The Post. While most of her records predated, she cemented her status as the most nominated actress in Academy Award history. The 2011-2019 series Game of Thrones became the most awarded drama series at the Emmy Awards. Its finale, though controversial, drew 19.3 million viewers on HBO, cementing itself as the biggest television event of the decade. The 2021 South Korean series Squid Game became the most-watched premiere in Netflix history. It reached more than 1.65 billion hours watched in its first 4 weeks, demonstrating the power of non-English language content in global distribution. Canadian author Alice Munro won the Nobel Prize in Literature in 2013. She was praised for her mastery of the short story genre, cementing this short format as a profound and masterful literary form. Haruki Murakami maintained his status as a global icon, although he did not win the Nobel Prize. His novels such as 1Q84, translated into English in 2011, generated massive sales and demonstrated the growing interest among Western audiences in contemporary Japanese literature. David Hockney's painting, Portrait of an Artist, Pool with Two Figures, was sold in 2018. It fetched $90.3 million, setting a record for a work of art sold during an artist's lifetime at auction. The Broadway musical Hamilton, which premiered in 2015, became a cultural phenomenon. It won 11 Tony Awards and popularized the use of rap and hip-hop in musical theater, revolutionizing the way historical stories were told on stage. Butoh dance, a Japanese performance art, experienced a resurgence in the West in the 2010s. Its slow, grotesque, and deeply emotional dance style was adopted by contemporary choreographers to explore trauma and identity. Banksy's most high-profile artwork partially self-destructed at auction in 2018. The work Girl with Balloon was slipped into a built-in shredder immediately after selling for $1.4 million, an iconic performance. The Chicxulub meteorite, which caused the extinction of the dinosaurs 66 million years ago, released energy equivalent to 1 billion atomic bombs, covering the Earth in ash and triggering a nuclear winter that lasted for years. Woolly mammoths did not become extinct at the same time as most other mammals. A small, isolated population survived on Siberia's Wrangel Island for about 4,000 years, meaning they coexisted with the construction of the Egyptian pyramids. The oldest known writing is cuneiform. Developed by the Sumerians in Mesopotamia, it emerged around 3,200 BC to keep records of trade transactions, demonstrating that economics drove the birth of civilization. During the Black Death in the 14th century, doctors wore masks with long beaks filled with herbs. It was believed the aromatic herbs could filter out the bad air or miasma that caused the disease, an ineffective but iconic practice of the period's panic. The University of Bologna, founded in 1088 in Italy, is the oldest continuously operating university in the world. Its foundation demonstrates that organized learning and scholarship were central to European culture long before the Renaissance. During World War I, between 1914 and 1918, carrier pigeons played a vital role. The most famous, Cher Ami, delivered a crucial message in 1918 despite being wounded, saving 194 American soldiers and earning a decoration. The famous British leader Winston Churchill was actually a talented amateur painter. He created more than 500 oil paintings during his lifetime, using art as a therapeutic escape from the intense pressures of politics and war. The Manhattan Project, which developed the atomic bomb in the 1940s, was the largest concentration of scientific minds and resources in modern history, employing more than 130,000 people at its peak. Belgian chemist Leo Baekeland invented bakelite in 1907. This was the first thermosetting synthetic plastic, enabling the mass production of electronics and industrial parts. The telephone, invented by Alexander Graham Bell in 1876, was initially rejected by Western Union. The company believed it was merely a toy that would never replace the telegraph, thus missing the opportunity to dominate the telecommunications industry. The invention of the transistor in 1947 at Bell Labs is the foundation of all modern computing. This tiny component replaced bulky vacuum tubes, making the miniaturization of electronics and the silicon chip possible. NASA's Apollo space program in the 1960s consumed up to 4% of the United States national budget. This enormous expenditure was justified as a demonstration of technological and military superiority during the Cold War against the Soviet Union. The launch of the Apple iPad in April 2010 popularized the tablet format. The device positioned itself between a phone and a laptop, driving the creation of content and applications optimized for a larger format. The Oculus Rift virtual reality project was successfully funded on Kickstarter in 2012. This success marked the renaissance of virtual reality and prompted companies like Facebook, which acquired Oculus in 2014, to invest heavily in the sector. Google DeepMind's AI program AlphaGo defeated a World Go champion in 2016. This game is far more complex than chess, and AlphaGo's victory demonstrated that AI could learn and master human intuition and abstract strategy. The Pokémon trading card brand experienced a speculative mania in 2020 and 2021. Rare cards, such as the first edition Charizard, saw their prices skyrocket, leading to tensions and fraud in retail stores over control of packs. Zuru's Minis brands, or miniature replicas of supermarket products, went viral on TikTok. Their popularity was due to the wow factor and repetitive unboxing, making them a low-cost, high-demand collectible. The market for vintage comics exploded, with Action Comics has shown the first appearance of Superman, selling at auction in 2022 for $3.18 million, proving that paperback collections remain solid investments. The 2022 Elden Ring won Game of the Year and became a massive commercial success. From Software's open-world game was notable for its difficulty and cryptic narrative, proving that challenging games still have a huge audience. The 2018 game Axie Infinity popularized the play-to-earn model. Players could earn cryptocurrency or smooth love potion by participating in the game, creating a livelihood for many in developing countries. The sale of Beeple's Everyday's NFT for $69 million in 2021 at Christie's. This historic auction legitimized digital collectibles as an art form within the traditional market. Eiichiro Oda's One Piece manga broke the Guinness World Record in 2015. It was recognized for having the most copies published of a single comic series by a single author, surpassing 320 million copies at the time. Studio Ghibli won the Oscar for Best Animated Feature for Spirited Away in 2003. It was the first and, to date, only anime film to win the award, marking a milestone for Japanese animation in the West. The anime Demon Slayer, Kimetsu no Yaiba, broke box office records in 2020. Its film, Infinity Train, became the highest-grossing film in Japanese history, surpassing even Spirited Away. The Netflix animated series BoJack Horseman, which ran from 2014 to 2020, pioneered the adult animated drama. It used animated comedy to explore themes of depression, addiction, and fame, receiving critical acclaim for its psychological depth. Pink Sand Beach on Harbor Island gets its color from microscopic organisms. This pink hue comes from the crushed remains of foraminifera, marine organisms with red shells that blend into the white sand. Glass Beach in California is famous for its sand made of polished glass pieces. Originally a garbage dump until 1967, the ocean polished the waste, turning it into colorful gems that attract thousands of tourists. Moeraki Beach in New Zealand is known for its dragon eggs. These are giant spherical rocks, called concretions, formed millions of years ago by the accumulation of minerals and sediment. Hidden Beach, or Lover's Beach, in the Marietas Islands, Mexico, was formed by an explosion. The cave and the hole in the roof are believed to have been created by military target practice before the area was declared a protected nature reserve. Jökulsárlón Beach in Iceland is called Diamond Beach. This is due to the large chunks of ice that come from a nearby glacier and end up stranded on the black sand, shining like jewels. Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is the farthest point from the center of the Earth. Although Everest is higher above sea level, the Earth's flattened shape at the equator gives it that distinction. Mount Roraima, on the triple border of Venezuela, Brazil, and Guyana, is a tepuy. It is a flat tabletop mountain with vertical cliffs, inspiring Arthur Conan Doyle's novel The Lost World. Mont Blanc, The highest mountain in Western Europe has no fixed height. Due to the accumulation and compaction of the snowpack at its summit, its height varies and must be measured every 2 years by geometers. The Galapagos Islands in Ecuador were the first World Heritage Site declared in 1978. Their endemic fauna and isolation played a key role in the development of Charles Darwin's theory of evolution. A new species of passiflora was described from the Peruvian Amazon in 2018. Its flowers are extremely complex and beautiful, demonstrating the incredible floral diversity still hidden in the rainforest. The discovery of the smallest corpse flower occurred in the Philippines in 2016. This parasitic stemless flower follows the pattern of Rafflesia arnoldii, but is significantly smaller and has a less intense scent. Veterinarian Chloe Buting uses an Apple Watch in an unusual way, measuring the heart rate of lions. She places the device on the sedated animal's tongue and obtains data that would otherwise be impossible. It's a creative trick to save lives. Shooting Star Vodka is a unique drink made from fragments of a meteorite found in 1977. Only just over 4,000 bottles were produced, and they sold at high prices. Its flavor is described as smooth with a special mineral note. A coffin-shaped car attracted attention for its unusual design. With large wheels, vertical exhaust pipes, and flashy lights, it looks like something out of a movie. More than a practical vehicle, it's an extravagant work of art on wheels. Arshia Goswami, a 9-year-old Indian girl, has been nicknamed the Hercules child. At her young age, she already lifts more than 165 pounds, twice her own weight. Her discipline and strength have made her a weightlifting star. The company OSET presented an unusual security camera. Instead of just recording, it shoots paintballs to mark intruders. With night vision and artificial intelligence, it promises to be a highly effective deterrent system. In Japan, a company created a transparent bag designed to carry live fish called katsugyo. With an oxygenation system and a viewing window, some use it as an accessory and others to transport fresh sashimi. A curious and controversial idea. In Bali, a former Boeing airplane has been transformed into a luxurious hotel. With 2 rooms and stunning ocean views, it offers a unique experience. Staying there costs several $1,000s a night, making it an exclusive destination. A choir called the Drunken Men performs video game songs a cappella. From Mario Bros to Halo, their versions are so creative they've gone viral. They also allow anyone to use their recordings freely. In Nagoya, a Japanese bar became famous for offering customers a peculiar service, a slap before a meal. What seems odd actually attracts curious crowds. For many, the experience is part of the place's appeal. A Japanese factory surprised everyone by launching banana-shaped hammers. What started as a joke ended up becoming a real product for sale. Now anyone can hammer a nail with a tool that looks like fruit. A car made entirely of metal wires was also manufactured in Japan. It was created as a demonstration of skill at a technology convention. Although it's not suitable for street use, it's considered a masterpiece of engineering. The world's deepest hotel is located in Wales, about 1,375 feet underground. Built in a former mine, it offers subterranean rooms and dining rooms. Getting there requires traversing steep tunnels, making the stay an adventure. In Pakistan, hairstylist Shafkat Rajput went viral for an unusual method. He cuts hair by setting fire to his clients' heads. Using mysterious powders and liquids, he manages to style the hairstyle while the flames burn. His technique has left many speechless. In North Carolina, there is a unique natural phenomenon. Bees that produce violet honey. Its color looks like something out of a cartoon, but it's completely real. It's said to be sweeter than traditional honey and has subtle fruity notes. The Noche de Rabanos, Night of the Radishes in Oaxaca, Mexico, is one of the most unique festivals in the world. Every December 23rd, residents gather in the Zocalo to admire sculptures carved from giant radishes. Florists showcase their artistic talent by creating striking figures. Although it lasts only a few hours, It manages to bring the entire city together. On the Yucatan Peninsula is the longest underground river on the planet, known as the Sac Actun Cave System. It is over 216 miles long, of which about 161 miles are underground. Its crystal-clear waters are connected to over 100 cenotes. This natural wonder is one of the Riviera Maya's greatest attractions. The Eiffel Tower in Paris has a curious trick. It grows in the summer. The heat causes the iron to expand, and the structure increases in size by a few inches. During extreme heat waves, it can expand even further due to solar radiation. It's a natural phenomenon that turns it into a changing tower. Bees have a surprising defense against their enemies. When they feel threatened, they surround the intruder and raise the temperature to about 115 degrees Fahrenheit. With the movement of their wings, they literally cook it until it is neutralized. This technique is called the hot defensive ball. In the Japanese city of Shimabara, the sewers are not dark or dirty, but rather the home of koi fish. The water is so clean that it supports the life of these carp, known for their resilience. It is a unique urban spectacle in the world, a clear example of purity and environmental care. The Tianzi Mountains in the Chinese province of Hunan look like they're from another planet, so much so that they inspired director James Cameron to create the setting for the film Avatar. With their vertical peaks shrouded in mist, they seem to float in the air. This landscape is considered one of the most impressive in the world. Elephants have an unexpected perception of humans. They consider us tender. Neurological studies have revealed that when they see us, a part of their brain activates in a similar way to ours when we see a puppy. In short, we are adorable to them, a connection that demonstrates their enormous sensitivity. Sea turtles can devour jellyfish without fear of their venom. This is possible thanks to spine-like papillae that line their throat and esophagus. These structures act as internal armor that protects them from toxins. Thus, they enjoy this marine delicacy without any risk. In the United Kingdom, the company Neobol created a revolutionary battery for electric cars. It is capable of charging from 10% to 80% in just about 4.5 minutes. It was tested with a sports car on a special track in Bedford, a breakthrough that promises to change the automotive industry. The Lambert Glacier in Antarctica is the largest in the world. It is about 62 miles wide, about 249 miles long, and about 8,200 feet deep. Its surface area exceeds about 386,000 square miles. Due to its monumental size, it is listed in the Guinness Book of World Records. The word cemetery comes from ancient Greek and means place to sleep. Bodies are laid to rest there in coffins, sarcophagi, or wrapped in cloth. Ashes can also be kept in urns. Beyond its function, the origin of the word reflects the idea of eternal rest. American gymnast Simone Biles is considered a living legend. She has won more than 40 medals across the Olympic Games and World Championships. Her talent has led her to dominate floor, vault, and balance events. With each performance, she continues to break historic records. There is a very particular toilet called the standard toilet. Its seat has a 13-degree incline, which causes numbness in the legs. It was designed to reduce the time employees spend on the bathroom floor. Although uncomfortable, its creators claim it improves posture. In Real de Catorce, San Luis Potosí, are the famous hands of St. Francis of Assisi. This lookout point offers a panoramic view of the desert mountains. Locals believe they have miraculous powers. It is undoubtedly a must-see in Mexico. Trypophobia is a little-known disorder that causes fear or repulsion to repetitive patterns of holes or protrusions. Although not officially recognized as a phobia, it causes great discomfort in those who suffer from it. There are therapies that help lessen its effects. The ostrich is the largest bird on the planet and can run up to about 43 miles per hour. It uses its wings as rudders to turn while running. Its kicks are so strong they can kill a lion. Furthermore, its claws are sharp and powerful. The Iranian island of Ormus surprises with its intense red color. This hue is due to the iron oxide present in its soil. The mineral is used in cosmetics and food. If you bathe in its waters, your skin can remain tinted for days. The world's largest telescope is being built in Chile. Its about 131-foot mirror will allow observation of Earth-like planets. It is expected to surpass even the James Webb Telescope. Chile was chosen for its clear skies, ideal for astronomy. Crocodiles keep a secret. They can't stick out their tongues. It is attached to their jaw by a membrane that limits its movement. This prevents them from biting it when swallowing. It also helps them block out water when hunting underwater. Human intelligence is primarily inherited from the mother. The genes linked to IQ are on the X chromosome. However, the environment also plays a role. The people we live with shape our abilities. Not everything depends on genetics. In Tennessee, a farmer turned a giant pumpkin into a kayak. He cultivated it with a special seed for 4 years. When it reached over 880 pounds, he drained it and used it for sailing. A fun agricultural curiosity. The Dead Sea is the lowest point on Earth, located about 1,312 feet below sea level. Its waters are 9 times saltier than those of the oceans. Thanks to its density, it allows for effortless floating. It is located between Israel and Jordan. According to a study, the happiest time of day for most people is 7 p.m. It coincides with the end of the workday and the return home. It's a time to relax after a busy day, a universal coincidence in many cultures. The Mona Lisa's enigmatic smile has been analyzed by computers. The study revealed that it reflects 83% happiness, 9% disgust, 6% fear, and 2% anger. This mix of emotions explains why her expression is so mysterious. The first 3D printed house was built in the Netherlands. The work took only 120 hours to print. It measures about 1,023 square feet with a living room and 2 bedrooms. A clear example of how technology transforms architecture. In South Korea, there is a very peculiar theme park, Jeju Loveland. It is dedicated to eroticism and features more than 140 sculptures in sexual positions. Admission is limited to adults only. It is a humorous, curious, and open-minded place. Australia is wider than the moon. The lunar diameter is about 2,113 miles, while Australia measures almost about 2,485 miles from east to west. However, the surface of the moon is much larger. Even so, the fact is surprising. Currently, there are about 8,000 artificial satellites orbiting the Earth. In addition, there are nearly 4,000 inactive satellites left behind as space debris. Not all countries disclose how many spy satellites they possess. It's a difficult number to calculate accurately. The WeWalk Smart Cane has revolutionized the lives of blind people. It uses an ultrasonic sensor to detect obstacles at chest and head level. It can connect to apps like Google Maps to provide step-by-step directions, a tool that provides independence and safety. The famous Shibuya crossing in Tokyo is the busiest pedestrian crossing on the planet. More than 2.4 million people cross it daily. Its giant screens and lights have made it an icon, comparable to Times Square in New York. It has even been a movie set. The image of an MRI while someone sings is truly impressive. You can see how the tongue expands and contracts thanks to its intrinsic muscles. These movements allow not only singing but also swallowing, speaking, and eating. It's a reminder of how amazing the human body works. A unique natural spectacle occurs in East Africa, the Great Migration. Every year, thousands of wildebeest and zebras travel in search of fresh grass and water, creating one of the most spectacular scenes on the planet. This phenomenon is considered one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. There is a curious technique for printing photographs on tree leaves. The procedure involves using lasers on dry, flattened leaves, allowing the image to be engraved on the plant's surface. The process takes no more than 5 minutes and stands out best under natural light. It's a fascinating way of blending nature with technological art. A German countess named Carlotta Lennon decided to leave her entire fortune to her dog, Gunther III. The inheritance amounted to 450 million euros, making him the richest dog on the planet. Upon her death, her fortune was passed down to subsequent generations, and today the heir is Gunther VI. He even became famous by appearing in a real estate promotional video for the sale of Madonna's mansion. Tell us in the comments which of these curiosities amazed you the most. Don't leave without subscribing, liking, and sharing for more curiosities.